Well, Linda and I just left Tokima Cave Camp up on Pete's Pass, and now we're heading down the opposite side. We're not going back down towards Austin. We're going down the other side, down into Monitor Valley. We're heading for a place called Diana's Punchbowl, also known as the Devil's Cauldron. It's a hot spring and a geographical feature that's supposed to be pretty interesting. Got some pretty bad washboard road, and there's the Monitor Valley stretching out before us.
It was the local sheriff, Derek, that told us about the Diana's Punchbowl.
Yeah, and beyond that, the ghost town of Belmont. We're going there too today. And where we end up tonight, we don't know. Oh, I see why they call it the Monitor, and I see why they call this Monitor Valley. Because there's the Monitor. Wait, you guys gotta see this. You Civil War buffs are gonna understand this one. Down here on the left is the Monitor Ranch. This is the Monitor Valley. That right in front of us is the Monitor. It's the ship. Well, it looks like the ship. There was the Monitor and the Merrimack that fought in the Civil War. The first Iron-Clads, and the Monitor was long and low and had the big center turret on the top with a single cannon. That's why they call this the Monitor Valley. Well, off in the distance, I can see the dust trail of a vehicle headed this way. And there you can see him headed out on a different road from the one we're on. This part of Nevada, like a lot of parts of Nevada, there's no highway through here. Just one dirt road that goes over the mountains that way, or a dirt road that goes up such and such a canyon, or to such and such a valley, and we're heading for Belmont down this way, and you just got to know which dirt road to get on. Got to study the map real carefully. Well, the question right now is, will we be able to drive up to the top of this towing our trailer? I don't know. Guess we're going to find out. Maybe with compound low, four-wheel low. All right. We'll just go slow. Pretty steep. Okay. Ooh, what a view. And the scenery ain't bad either.
Oh, there's the puka right there.
Yeah. Well, they call this, like I mentioned, this is Diana's Punchbowl. It's also known as the Devil's Cauldron. How deep is that, Linda? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Now that looks like a pool of, okay, I'm guessing this is 60 feet down, something like that. Maybe not that far, maybe just 30. It's hard to judge. The water's clear, and for you cliff divers, don't do it. That's 200 degrees, that water down there. That's what I read. Having read that, there's not a single warning sign here. Somebody could come up here and dive into that. Think they could look and go, oh, I can climb back out. That water's boiling. You can see it doing that. You can see it looks like it's effervescing. It's actually boiling, I guess. Let's take another look. Wow. Well, the water's moving. I guess it's not bubbling. It just has that appearance to it. But the thing I read did say it's 200 degrees. From what I understand, where the water enters the creek down here somewhere, it's about 100 degrees, and we're going to try to find that spot. Well, I kind of expected this to be a cinder cone, but it's not. It's sandstone. Somebody made their way down into there because there's 2 pink flamingos. I don't know if I'd want to get that close to a big pond of super hot water. From this perspective, I can see that water is bubbling down there, or effervescing at least. Well, there's the cauldron up there, and we're going down here because it looks like there's the hot springs where you could actually get in and bathe is down here. Or shall I say soak. Well, this is the area that at one time had been kind of fixed up a little bit. The water is actually clear. It feels like it's about 100 degrees. But the cattle out there have destroyed this place. Well, that's what cattle do, though. You know, they come in and they don't know. But you see, down here, the road dead ends right here, and people had fixed this up with rocks, and they had made this into a large pool right here in front of me. See, they had used logs and rocks to kind of dam this up. And that must have been pretty nice, but it's all destroyed now. And there's cow manure everywhere. So I ain't getting in this, although I could stand a bath. Other than that, it looks really nice. The water's nice and clear, and the water doesn't smell sulfurous or anything. It just smells like fresh water. Yeah, actually the water temperature is absolutely perfect.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We're so looking forward to a bath. And our soap is biodegradable because we know we make it ourselves. Hey, now we're heading down to the little ghost town of Belmont. Let's go see what that looks like.
Yeah, let's see if we can rustle up some ghosts.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to stop. We hit a big bump in the road. And it was like a ditch across the road, really deep. So we had to stop and just check everything inside, make sure the refrigerator didn't come unplugged and anything like that. How was it in there, baby?
It looked the same.
Total mess?
Yeah, you're a mess.
Good. Well, let's continue on down the road then.
The hardest part was getting my key into this dirt-filled keyhole.
Yeah. Yep. They get all packed up with dust. But one thing about locks is that you can flush them out with water. There's nothing inside that'll rust.
Yeah.
If you're not in the desert and you actually have water, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. The hills are all shaded now, but back up in there, we just passed Pine Creek Campground. You gotta want to go there. I'm sure it's a beautiful place. It just has to be. And there's probably no one there. Very hard to get to. But we're on our way to Belmont, like we said, and Belmont has a campground too. We might look at that and stay there tonight. One thing is, though, we want to be up high where it's cooler. Well, we just came across this cross out here in the middle of nowhere, and it seems to have a plaque on it, so we thought we'd go see what it says. In memory of Shannon Lush, 6/27/79 to 5/18/97. Oh, so it's a memorial to somebody here. We had to slow way down for Washboard Road. I'm only doing like 15 miles an hour here, getting my teeth rattled out, but this is Nevada 82. This is a state highway. You can take Nevada 82 south off of Highway 50 to get to Belmont. Or you can come up from Tonopah. And coming up from Tonopah, it's all paved to Belmont. And after a day's driving on rough dirt, we just hit pavement again. This is Belmont. That was it. Back on dirt. Well, that wasn't Belmont. Where is Belmont? Well, that was interesting. We had about a quarter mile of nice pavement and then back to dirt again. And now we're climbing up into the mountains here. Oh. Nestled back here in the mountains is the mining town of Belmont. Founded in 1865 after a silver strike up here. Oh, wow. Well, one of the main features of Belmont is the courthouse, which they're in the process of restoring.
This is the Belmont Courthouse. In February of 1867, the Nye County seat was moved from Ione, Nevada to Belmont. The county offices were scattered around town in different buildings. Due to this inconvenience and a recent jailbreak from the old jail, the county decided to build a new building to house all of the offices and the jail. In 1875, construction began using locally made bricks and mortar and stone from local quarries. Wood from the nearby Sierras was sent to Belmont by train and wagon. A low-pitch hip roof, cupola, tall windows, and rounded arches accented by pronounced molding with fine detail emphasized the building's Italianate style of architecture. Construction was completed in time for the July 4, 1876 celebration of the 100th anniversary of the United States of America. The building housed county seat functions until 1905, when the Nye County seat was moved and the Belmont Courthouse was left empty. In the 1920s, the courthouse was abandoned. Most of the graffiti is characteristic of this time period until 1976, when the building was acquired by the state park system. At that time, the windows were closed up and the doors locked. Weather and neglect took its toll, and much of the structural damage occurred during this time. Today, the courthouse is protected by the Friends of the Belmont Courthouse, a group established in 2012 to raise courthouse restoration funds. Without this benevolent group and private donations, this symbol of Nevada pride may have fallen to ruin.
Okay, I think this end of the building was the jail. And I'm going to show you why in a minute, because behind me, I think, is what came out of there. This iron structure, I think, might have been in there. This looks like it's been taken out and set here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, this one still has the cots in it.
This room here is about 4 by 8, maybe.
This is the suite side.
Oh, this is the big side here.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, this is the larger side. Oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. This would house 4 inmates in here. Not a pleasant place to be at all. Definitely old because it's all hand-riveted iron construction. I can't say for sure, but I think that this came out of there, was housed in there. Now they're rebuilding that. Maybe they'll put this back in when they're doing their reconstruction. Well, if you were staying in there, you'd be hoping somebody would show up with a cake and a hacksaw blade inside. I have to excuse the background noise. I got a generator running behind me, but this is the remains of the bank building, 1868. A lot of the original buildings are here, and what's amazing is the stone ones are all falling down and the wooden ones are still standing. Ooh, look at this old grader. Wonder what the heck powered that? Adams leaning wheel grader. I know what this is. That's a well drilling rig. When I was 6 years old, we moved out to the country outside of Moses Lake, Washington, and we had a well drilled, and a man showed up with a contraption like this, but it was set up on the back of about a 1927 Ford flatbed truck with solid rubber tires, not unlike what's on this thing. And he drilled that well, and he went down quite deep. My father wouldn't accept the well until he got down to third water. We had the best water around, but it was done with a contraption like this. I can still hear it now. And on the end down here, we got a fire engine. Fire department. I guess this was quite the rowdy town. I think it was in the basement of the bank building where they hung two rowdies, and it made the rest of the rowdies, the rough guys in town, leave for friendlier places. Yeah, there's a bit of vigilantism, but that's what happens in a place with no law. Now remember, this started out in 1865, just at the end of the Civil War, and there was nothing out here, and there was no law. So yeah, you had to do what you could to protect yourself. This is one of the first buildings built by the Combination Mining Company, and it served as offices and then later as a residence. Looks like it's might be a residence now, but I don't know. This too is part of the Combination building, this covered veranda. So the Combination Mining Company also built a 40 stamp mill on the east end of town, where we first encountered that paved road. And they said they spent so much money on that stamp mill and the buildings that they went bankrupt. This was a printer and a newspaper. There was 2 newspapers in town. And these are just residences left over from the time. That's the Esser house up there, I guess. Beautiful place. Represents a lot of hard work. Well, we're back on dirt road. But if you come to Nevada and you're going to explore, you're going to get dusty. And Believe it or not, we don't get dust in our trailer because of the pressurization that we did on it. But we're looking for a campground now, and we're going from Belmont to Manhattan on Forest Road, National Forest Road 440. Anyways, we're just looking for a place to camp now. Linda and I were heading up the forest road here, went off to the left side. We saw this and this structure, and we thought we'd come back in here and just check it out. It's not burnt down. It's just so old it's fallen down. Yeah, somebody's old fireplace there where they probably had many a comforting fire, you know, on a cold evening. And of course, this place here means there's probably a mine nearby, and Linda spotted it. It's on the other side of the road. And there it is, directly across the road on the other side. You can see the tailings, you can see the mine entrance there. I'm not going to go over there. It's late in the day and we need to find a place to camp. Well, man, it was a long, hard day. It was a fun day. The Diana's Punchbowl and then the town of Belmont and all the beautiful sights we saw along the way. The entire day was in the back country of Monitor Valley of Nevada. All dirt roads, of course, except for just in town a little bit there in Belmont. And right south of town, we got right off on dirt road again, heading for Manhattan, Nevada. Now, we're not in Manhattan yet, but we're on the top of the pass just before. Let me show you where we're at. We found a good place to camp. It'll do.
Well, hope you enjoyed the video. We had fun making it and living it. It was a fun, long day.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and my body is just vibrating from all the rough dirt roads. So, but anyways, hope you enjoyed this one, like Linda said. And tomorrow's another day, so
See
you
ya.
around.